Hello everyone and welcome to episode 24 of the TEW 2020 All Japan Pro Wrestling series here on the channel. As it is the Excite Series tour. What a fucking tour this will be. I'm so excited to run this episode. We got these, I think it's 11 days. I think it's 10 tour shows in the final day at 11. As far as these 11 shows are going to be pretty jam-packed. Let's get right into the card and the tour rules and whatnot. I just can't wait. Obviously, we got a huge main event, but we also have so much more on this card. Our first ever 10-match card, as far as we really want to put kind of all of our pieces that we have as far as for an Excite Series tour. We want to make it as exciting as humanly possible, and I think we're going to do just that. But the tour goals, as far as we have a lot of things pre-booked. There's some even better matches than are even on this tour goals page. But night one, we're going to have the Holy Demon Army of Kawada, Ogawa, Fujitawa, and a mystery partner taking on all of Super Generation Army. That should be fun to see who that mystery partner is. Then Bam Bam and Johnny Ace are going to take on the Gladiator Titans, which they're going to be teaming together as far as Crusher Bam Bam, Chris Candido, Johnny Ace, they're going to be the Crushers of Destruction. At first, I thought they were going to be the triple threat, but I was like, well, Johnny Ace, he does the Ace Crusher. Chris Candido, obviously, he's been teaming up with Johnny Ace, and it's like, yeah, we could have just had to be the triple threat, but why not have them be the Crushers of Destruction? For some reason, I just love something of destruction. I don't know why. That just seems like a bit of a theme with me as far as naming stables and teams, but just, I don't know. I just think it sounds awesome, especially in the 90s when, there's not the Brothers Destruction going on, so I can get away with it. But, I think that's going to be a fun little stable, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Really, their finish, basically it's the same finish that Bam Bam and DDP used to do. Kind of that super diamond cutter, in this case, a super ace crusher. Bam Bam's got him up on his shoulders, looking like it's going to be Greens from Asbury Park, but flattens it out into, as, Johnny Ace jumps up for it with a Ace Crusher. I think it's going to be a fun finish, but they're going to take on the Gladiator Titans, and then on night 2 as well, there's also going to be Miracle Vines Alliance, which is going to be Chono, they're going to take on Chono, Muto, and Noki, which that's going to be Terry Gordy with, obviously, the tag champs, which that should be fun. Obviously, IWGP World Tag Team Champions and the All Japan Unified Tag Team Champions battling it out. Night 3, we're going to have Ricky Choshu, Jushin Thunder Liger, and Satoru Sayama taking on Stan Hansen, Dean Malenko, and Wild Pegasus. It's a fun 6-man. And for Night 4, we have the team of Muto, Chono, and Sayama this time, taking on the Miracle Vines Alliance and Dean Malenko. So we have the Champions versus Champions matchup in a 6-man. That's a big-time main event. That should be fun. And Night 6, Kenta Kobashi, Mitsuha Misawa versus Junichiro Tenryu and Toshiaki Kawada. Of course, Tenryu being back in All Japan for the first time since he left back in the late 80s. And, as far as playing up the story of now that he's, back in All Japan, you have the focus on Misawa, and you have the focus on also what his revolution was as far as guys like Kawada being involved and Ogawa being involved. So, as far as Tenryu's revolution, it's kind of going to be like there's going to be an alliance between them and the Holy Demon Army. I think that just kind of makes sense as far as having, because we really don't see that a whole lot with Japanese pro stables, where you'll have two stables that are kind of as far as pretty much allies, with flat out saying they have an alliance. It's kind of like forcing a mega stable in a weird way. And I think that's just as far as continuity wise, I think that makes a lot of sense, and I think it's a fun idea too, because Tenryu is awesome, so that's going to be fun. We'll reveal his revolution later on, but as far as right now, we're going to keep that close to the vest. But the main event, of course, Triple Crown title matchup, 2 out of 3 falls, 90-minute time limit. Toshiaki Kawada taking on Mitsuha Misawa. Will the Misawa reign end here at the Excite Series? We shall see, as the All Japan Unified and IWGP World Tag Team title matchup, which we hyped up at the end of our last episode. Kaiji Muto, Masahiro Chono versus the Miracle Vines Alliance. Winner take all in that matchup. And in this next matchup, as the All Japan and IWGP Junior Heavyweight title matches, here's Satoru Sayama, the champion, taking on Dean Malenko, the champion, as we'll give him a little C as well. Then, as I forgot to move this over here, because Choshu is the Greatest 18 Club title matchup. So, the Greatest 18 Club, for those who don't know, just a little backstory. So, when Noki had his 30th year anniversary show, kind of created this belt, and the belt was to kind of solidify when they did that. They had like a Hall of Fame class. It was 18 guys, and the idea is like, you know, the greatness of that Greatest 18 Club, like it's basically like a Hall of Fame championship, which Choshu won that belt. And Choshu, basically the real belt, not only lasted like a couple of years, because Choshu had a title match with Muta, which Muta was the IWGP Heavyweight Champion at the time. And when he became double champion, he just retired the belt. He's like, hey, I'm just focused on the IWGP Heavyweight title. So it was a short-lived thing. The idea here was we'll actually talk about the story more when it actually comes up. Right now, it's not going to be like an advertised thing as far as of right now. Like, I know it's kind of weird to have a match that in kayfabe is not advertised, but you guys are seeing it. So I know it's kind of weird, but we'll talk about kind of how we get there once we actually run the angle and whatnot. But, yeah, I think that's a fun little matchup there with Liger and Choshu. Then the All-Asia Tag Team title matchup, Big Van Vader and Too Cold Scorpio teaming up to take on British Combat Club. And, you know, as far as Vader and Too Cold, fun little team, you know, as far as we're playing off what they actually, you know, did as far as a team-wise. Real-life friendship. And, you know, I felt they were always a fun team that kind of was really underutilized, mainly because they kind of missed each other during, like, a lot of their prime years. Like, they were just kind of in different companies at the different times, and even then, like, they were not, like, aligned with each other during, like, their peaks. Really, they were kind of more together, kind of towards, like, really, like, early 2000s, like, Noah mainly, comparatively to, like, maybe even, you know, as far as a little bit in the early 90s New Japan, but even then, very, very something like late 80s, early 90s New Japan, even then that's kind of like the beginning of their career, so it's a little different than kind of right here in 1995, kind of at the heart of both their guys' primes for sure. And that's going to be a fun match, though. Vader obviously is a force against anybody, you know, just size alone. You put that size with the incredible speed of Too Cold Scorpion and him doing so many crazy half-line shit. It's going to be a fun team, for sure. I always love those heavyweight guys, and really, Too Cold's so big, he's not even a junior, but, you know, as far as compared to Vader, he very much is like a junior. So it's just, it's awesome. It's an awesome team on paper. We'll see how they do against the Rush Combat Club. Another tag match, as it's a little rematch from the Tag League, as Stan Hanson and Dan Spivey wanted to take on Cactus Jack and Terry Funk to maybe potentially get some revenge and avenge that loss they had at the Tag League. And Cactus Jack and Terry Funk looking really, this is a great matchup as far as like in the tag team division, as far as maybe potentially being a number one contender for either an All-Asia Tag Team title matchup or for even the Unified Tag Team titles, whenever, you know, as far as whatever happens there, as far as if like a team's gonna, you know, vacate one of the tag, you know, we'll, you know, see what happens there. But as far as in the future, but that just, you know, and that's, you know, they've had good matches in the past, so that should go pretty well. Then the 8-man Super Generation Army of Kobashi, Junaki Yama, Tiger Mask 3, and Tsuyoshi Kikuchi against Tenryu's Evolution, which we'll just say is Jin Ichiro, Tenryu, and 3 mystery partners as far as for now. But we'll reveal who it's going to be when we actually get there. A little later on during the tour. It's not going to, you know, as far as the reveal won't be at this final show. You guys will know by the time we get there. And then, you know, we talked about the Crusher of Destruction as Crusher Bam Bam, Chris Candido, Johnny Ace taking on the Gladiator Titans and Hayabusa. You know, as far as that's a fun 6-man, I think, you know, as far as having the juniors and Candido and Hayabusa, and obviously the tag of Bam Bam and Johnny Ace, and then the Gladiator Titans. Should be a fun match there. And then a big-ass 10-man tag on this card as well as the Technical Technician Squad of as Minoru Tanaka, Shinichi Funaki, Shinjiro Otani, and then Ultimate Dragon Super Astro teaming up to take on the Holy Demon Army, juniors of Black Tiger 2, Masafuchi, Yoshinari Nagawa, and then the team of Damien Vampiro. Really, this is kind of like throwing the Luchadors in there with, as far as that story going on with, like, Ultimate Dragon and Super Astro, and then, like, Damien and Vampiro, but then also having the story of Tactical Tactician Squad and the juniors of the Holy Demon Army, basically forming into one match to make it a big-ass 10-man. So that should be fun. And then the opener, big-time opener, Antonio Noki and Tatsumi Fujinami taking on Giant Baba. I didn't know if I was going to make it a 6-man or a tag, but I think we're going to keep it as a 6-man. Just feel like that makes sense, having a Noki and Fujinami against Baba and Taue, All Japan versus New Japan to start off the show. And I think that's a fun match to have, for sure. And obviously that rating is not going to be great as far as for that opener because Baba's involved, but I think everybody else in that match should be able to carry it. And let's go on with the first night here. Let's get it rocking and rolling. We have a couple of things pre-booked already. As, we got Tenryu's return and all that jazz, but also, that's going to be aired. Oh, I forgot the backstage incidents. We'll go through that real quick. Is Kim Duck, as he was brought before Wrestler's Court, accused of not joining the Wrestle Locker Room on a night out, as the judge stand-ins and found him guilty and sentenced to buy drinks right after the show, rather. So let's see what's Fujinami doing. I was willing to put over Nuki Sano. We'll probably do that on the Best of New Japan show. So, as far as I guess we'll go from backwards, because I was going to talk about this, but we'll talk about it once we get there. So, the 10-man is the main event for night one, and it's Kawada, Taue, and of course, Fujin Ogawa, then Junichiro Tenryu, the mystery partner, making his return to All Japan. He's going to be Jun Akiyama. That's going to be 21 minutes, and it's going to have a little angle for Tenryu and be like, oh shit, Tenryu's back. And Kawada talking about for his mystery partner, the guy that helped him along the way during his earlier years in his career, and wanting to return the favor here and wanting to team up, and kind of talking about how his alliance and the Holy Demon Army and Tenryu's evolution are very much allies and are looking to be the top team in all Japan for sure. And I think that's probably that's going to be a tough man to beat for sure. This is a fun little match though. It's a 8-man. Cactus Jack Terry Funk against Stan Hansen and Dan Spivey and the Crushers of Destruction and the Gladiator Titans. So basically taking those two matches that are happening at the final show into one 8-man here. But Bam Bam gonna get the win since he's making his debut and whatnot, taking on Cactus Jack, or beating Cactus Jack rather. Probably could have had him beat either Big Titan or the Gladiator even, but given a win over Cactus, that's a pretty big win. Then we'll probably have El Samurai and Richard Slinger, since Slinger's leaving. He's going to be losing to El Samurai. Then Deaton and Smothers against the Tactician Squad. It's going to be Ultimate Dragon and Super Astros. Astros going to beat Smothers here. Not a bad match. And then Tomoe Honda taking on Tagashi Iizuka. It's crazy seeing Iizuka with hair. Being in the start of his career, not towards the end. But he's going to beat Tomoe Honda. So the basically airing a press conference taking place. This was basically aired, or not aired. This was done after the New Year Giant Series show with Noki and Baba, and they announced that this year's Champion Carnival will feature 2 blocks. One block, nothing but All Japan guys. The other block, nothing but New Japan guys. And the, of course, winners of those 2 blocks will collide to see in a battle of who's got the better champion, as far as, is it going to be the All Japan winner, or is it going to be the New Japan winner? I think it's a fun, different type of, as far as changing up the format a little bit. But also, I think, kind of keeping the All Japan guys and New Japan guys separate, but also, at the end of the day, having the end goal of seeing All Japan versus New Japan. It's kind of like, as far as the first phase of a multi-phase plan that you'll kind of see throughout 95 that we're booking, but just as far as, I feel like that's a fun way of doing that, as far as having a little press conference with the 2 men. So we have, I think, 5 matches pre-booked, so we'll just have to add a couple more here. Probably add another Young Lion match. see, but we got Eugene. As far as maybe TEW. Yeah, Bubby. I'll go TEW. See who we got here. As far as if we should go with a New Japan guy, an All Japan guy, I'm really not sure. Do love me some Brad Armstrong, but what might go with Brad Ragans too? Kensuke Suzuki's always a good call. Yeah, let's just go Kensuke. Don't hate that. Don't hate that at all. 10 minutes for Kensuke there. So, yeah, we got our... As far as... We got a pretty good undercard. We just need a steal the show match and then probably one more match and we'll be good to go. Probably go with a tag if we can. Might go with the Johnny Smith, Steven Regal team. See what we have here as far as I've been wanting to see how Firecat and Black Cat do. We'll throw them out together here. Maybe they have chemistry, maybe they don't. Regal, I forgot, has a bruised kidney. But they will lose in their kind of debut teaming. Black Cat will be taking the fall, unfortunately for him. Oh, yeah. For steal the show. Should be a good little match, though. Hopefully. It's going to be tough to beat that Ultimo Dragon, Super Astro, Deaton, and Smothers match, though. To be fair. Actually, bump that up a little bit there. Yeah, we just need, like, a better co-main if we can. You know, it's a pretty good co-main we have right now, but we'll try. We'll give it a shot. Trying to think here. Might be a good idea. Thinking Miracle Vines Alliance, maybe. But do, Albright, Gordy, and Taz. And we can do, let's go Chono, Fujinami, and Osamu Nishimura. Like a New Japan, All Japan, 6-man. Giving them 20, and, we're gonna have Fujinami get the win. He's gonna beat Taz. It's tough. It's tough. I feel like that's the right call. Yeah, I think that will probably be the main, or the co-main. And, but yeah, we're good to go, at least for this first night already. Yeah, we'll just run the Nakajima Sports Center. I don't mind that. And let's run the show. Oh, wow. Press conference did pretty well. 70. Hell yeah. 60 for Kensuke and Teokiya as Kensuke with the Northern Lights bomb in 10 minutes. And 55 for Tomonanda and Takashi Iizuka as Iizuka with the blockbuster hold in 10 minutes. Almost forgot what his regular finish was. So used to seeing Old Man Suzuki Gun Iizuka where he's using the metal claw. It's like, oh yeah, he did a blockbuster. So that's fun. And 80 for Joel Eaton and Chase Smithers against Ultimo Dragon Super Astro. The Astro Scissors for Super Astro. And 10-23. So yeah, very good match. Obviously Ultimo Dragon doing a lot of the heavy lifting in that match. But not a bad performance at all. Not bad at all. And 65. Fell Samurai, Richard Slingers. Samurai with a Samurai Bomb in 10-30. I always loved Dale Samurai. So this is going to be fun to book him. It's going to be nice. Obviously, yeah, the cool look and had some pretty awesome matches in his day, especially against Koji Kanemoto. But for this matchup, Black Cat and Fire Cat, the Thundercats, taking on Steven Regal and Johnny Smith as Steven Regal's stretch over Black Cat. Yeah, I mean, right decision. Black Cat and Fire Cat, not really that great. Not bad performances, but not great either, though, at the same time. 65 here as Chono, Fujinami, and Nishimura beating the Miracle Vines Alliance. As Fujinami beating Taz. He pins him with the Dragon Suplex in 20 minutes as Taz, worst guy in the match, so makes sense. But Osamu Nishimura, figured his rating was going to be pretty good. I remembered we booked him on the TV, the New Japan TV, and he was like in the mid-50s, which is not bad at all for someone who's like in the 30s pop-wise. That's a good sign. Fujinami, though, really off his game, affected his rating. But Chono and Gabriel are doing the same, so that's a great sign as far as for their tag team title matchup happening on the final show. An 83 for Terry Funk, Cactus Jack, and the Gladiator Titans against Hanson, Spivey, and the Crushers of Destruction. Bam Bam with the headbutt on Cactus Jack in 1948. As Hanson with a 93. We're going to give Bigelow the greetings from Asbury Park, but he was the worst guy in this match. Oh, no. Big Titan was. Second worst guy in the match, though. Which is not good. But at least Johnny Ace is there to kind of help him out. We'll see how they do. Maybe they are actually going to be a terrible team. You know, we don't even know yet, because we haven't tested it out yet. And then Tenryu being back in all Japan. Not a bad segment. Hopefully the main event delivers. Wow. Masao breaks his forearm. You know, we just talked about, let's hope nobody gets hurt. And Masawa gets hurt. He worked through the injury. I don't know how he did it, with a broken forearm. But he did it. Tenryu with a folding powerbomb on Jun Akiyama. He was an 80, though. He was the second best guy in the match, behind Kenta Kobashi. Good shit. Good shit. I mean, that's a really good match, to be honest, besides, obviously, Masawa's injury. But everybody did around, 60s, 70s, and 80s, for Tenryu and Kobashi, but just goddamn injuries killing us, absolutely killing us. But first night's in the books. As far as we're going to try to push back the final show as much as we can, depending on how Masawa's broken forearm's going to go. As far as hopefully he'll be able to at least wrestle a little bit during the tour. As far as that would be nice. If he's out for a little bit, that's fine. But if he's able to at least work a little bit, that will be fantastic. No, he's not going to miss any dates. He's going to work through the pain. What a fucking savage. Much deserved break he's going to need after this reign for sure. As far as if he ever loses it, as my God, can't believe it. As on to night 2 we go. Alrighty, night 2. As we have 5 matches pre-booked for this night. They got us in the Wakayama Prefectural Gym. We'll probably keep that. It's no big deal. So we have, as far as the main, probably this, as Miracle Vines Alliance taking on Chono, Muto, and Noki, as the IWGP Tag Team Champions are going to get the win here over the Miracle Vines Alliance. Chono is going to be Terry Gordy. Makes sense. Then Taue and Fuchi against Liger and Fujinami. That's a hell of a team over there at Fujinami and Liger, but we're going to give it to the whole Demon Army to give the All Japan guys a win. And then Bigelow and Ace, we'll see how they do as a team, as they're going to beat the Gladiator Titans here. Bam Bam's going to beat Big Titan. Then we have, as far as the Richard Slinger match, since he's leaving, he's going to lose to Brad Armstrong, which Brad Armstrong did pretty well on the New Japan TV tapings. He was doing mid-70s, which is a really good sign. So we'll see how he does here. Obviously, the tour is probably going to be a little different, but shouldn't be that bad. And Shiro Kashinaka is going to be Kentaro Shiga, which obviously established guy, Young Lion guy. Young Lion guys, they're going to take the fall there. Then we'll probably add another Young Lion matchup to make that 6th match. As, oh yeah, we got the New Japan guys. So we'll just, probably just do any. That makes sense. Alrighty. So, Noe hasn't been used in a while, so throw him out there. See what we get. Iwagi's not bad. George Takano, not a bad option either. Head on Ray's probably our best bet, to be honest, as far as since he's, got nothing going on right now. Throw him out there. Hayes fought Noe, not, a couple times now. No, only once before. As far as a singles match. Yeah, we'll probably put it ahead, just because we know at least that match should be a little bit better. So we have, as far as 2 tags, a 6-man, and then 3 singles. So we'll just probably do tags for the rest of the card. Probably throw Vampiro and Damien together, just to see what they can do, what they need to take on an established team. It looks like at least. Yeah, we'll give them the tactical technician squad. So Vampiro is hurt, which, again, surprise, surprise, we saw that. Working CMLL and All Japan. It does not have its... It's not great. Not great on the body, but he's going to get the win, though. He's going to beat Tanaka, because we need to at least have them get a win in their debut. We won't have it be a steal the show match, though, just because, you know, they're working hurt. At least Vampiro is, so. We'll have it be this match. We'll make it a 6-man. We'll probably go Black Tiger, Ogawa. Yeah, we might just do the tag then of that, of Black Tiger and Ogawa against Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro. I don't hate that. We could also do Otani and someone. As far as doing like Otani and Dragon. Let's just kind of see what happens. Maybe Astro. Yeah, but we'll see what. We're just trying. Trying some shit out. But, we'll have Ogawa beat Otani, since he's, you know, Young Lion. But a very, very good Young Lion. The fucker can go. That's the card. Just like that. Let's run it. Shiro Kashinaka beating Kondoshika. 61, not bad. Not bad at all. 62 for Head Owner A and Silent Noe. It's diving leg drop for Head Owner A. And then the card, and then Brad Armstrong beating Richard Slinger with the side Russian leg sweep in 10 minutes. Yeah, Brad, of course, great hand. And figured he was going to do pretty well here. Even though he's been booked by a computer company for a while, I figured his performance rate would be pretty good. And it certainly is. He's, you know, as far as I would love to see him team with, I'm not really sure. As far as, like, thinking, like, kind of ahead, like, if we ever do a junior tag division, which, you know, we have now, the IWGP Junior Tag Team titles, probably a good idea to do something with those. Then the Technical Technician Squad, losing to Damian Vampiro, as not a bad teaming of Damian and Vampiro. Obviously, Vamp got the injury, and he was off his game as well, but, you know, it's hard to outperform a team like Minoru Tanaka, Shunichi Funaki, who have excellent chemistry, but it was pretty close at least for Vampiro and Minoru Tanaka. Probably could have gave Damian the win, but his Rudo debut did pretty well, so that's fun. I just love all, like, the diversity of our roster. Like, we have so many guys that, like, are painted up, just fucking freaks out here. As far as we got the, you know, Gladiator Titans are painted up, Head Owners are painted up, Vampiro, Damian, and then we have, like, actual shooters, we got luchadors, we just kind of got a little bit of everything. It's Black Tiger 2 and Yoshinari Ogawa against Astro and Otani, as Ogawa pinning Otani in 12 minutes. Not a bad match at all, as Ogawa and Astro doing their performance as well, and then obviously Black Tiger 2 outperforming Otani, which, yeah, I mean, Otani still almost in the 50s is a very good sign for a young lion. Nothing to be ashamed of. And then the Order of Destruction. You got New Japan on the brain as Crushers of Destruction of Crusher Bam Bam and Johnny Ace being the Gladiator Titans. Very, very close. Wrong team won, slight upset, but the Super Ace Crusher for Bam Bam getting the win over Big Titan. And yeah, I think they're a fun team, though, nonetheless. Even though they don't have any chemistry or whatnot, still a fun little team. Now 79 for Taue and Fuchi against Liger and Fujinami. It's Taue pinning Fujinami, which, the right choice, since he was the worst guy in the match. Dynamic Bomb for Taue in 1933. And 83 for the Miracle Violence Alliance. And taking on the New Japan team of Noki, Chono, and Muda, as Chono tapping out Terry with the Deathlock STF. Doc, best guy in the match, followed by Chono, then, followed by Albright, then Chono, then Muda, and Gordy, and then Noki. So, yeah, wrong team wins, but we're trying to elevate those guys, you know, for sure. And at least he outperformed Gordy in Chono, so at least that made sense. And it was still a pretty good main event. Yeah, but glad to take that as night 2 in the books. On to night 3 we go. Alrighty, as night 3, we're at the Dream Bee, so as Johnny Esparfo versus Cord accused him not paying attention during a locker room meeting, as the judge stands and found him guilty and serves him by a crate of beer for the locker room. He got off light, as, I mean, so far the computer has been picking the right venues for sure, so far for the tour. Interesting 5 matches here. As far as the main, you know, I won't mind this, but I like this as well. It's tough. It's tough, because this is some good stuff there. And now that Masao's hurt, I think it's for the best to have this be the main. Sayama's going to beat Wild Pegasus, though. That's a hell of a 6-man team in Hanson, Benoit, and Malenko, but, yeah, it's a banger, for sure. And then Kawada and Yoshinari Ogawa, they're going to lose to Masao and Tiger Master. Yes, Tiger Master is going to beat Ogawa. Then we'll probably have, as far as a lot of undercard stuff here, but we'll just pick this one first, as Big Van Vader and 2 Cold Scorpio teaming up for the first time here, as they're going to take on the Fantastics, which they're going to win, thanks to Vader. Then the former Triple Threat, now the Crushers of Destruction, taking on Hideo A and Hideki Ozaka and Satoru Ozaka, as Kenji is going to beat Hideki Ozaka, and then Akira, with Jinsei Shinzaki, taking on Eddie Gilbert and Masato Tanaka. I believe they have great chemistry together. That's why I put this together with Gilbert and Masato Tanaka. But Jinsei Shinzaki going to take the fall there. That's right, he's still hurt. Never mind. Completely forgot that he's hurt. Do we throw Kim Duck out there? I think we do. So the reason why his pop is so crazy is because in the game, he went off to become an actor for a little bit. He got a role in it. Oh well, it didn't save. Great. I'm an idiot. There we go. This will help out Gilbert a little bit. Yeah, he was going to complain, but then he's noticed the intimidating sight of Masato Tanaka crack his knuckles and glaring change his mind. Yeah. So probably a couple of more as far as Young Lion matchups if we can, singles-wise. We haven't used Yuji Nagata in a bit, so we'll throw him out there. Anima Amaguchi's fun. Rannikins. Let's do that. A fun idea. We might go, yeah, we'll see what Naoki Sano can do, actually. We haven't used him yet at all. But obviously he's gonna get the win. Kinda wish we had him taking on a, junior Young Lion, but that's okay. Not a big deal. Then we'll have a tag as Mitsuyu Mamoto and Masanoe taking on the team of Kensuke Sasaki. Trying to think it would be a good team for Kensuke here. Because I think Mitsuyu Mamoto... Oh yeah, I think he's still considered recognizable. So that's a good sign. So we could either go unrecognizable guy or recognizable guy. We'll just go with both here. So obviously we have Takayama, who's still not all that great. Oh yeah, Slinger. We gotta have him lose to someone. Yeah, we still haven't used Franz in any type of capacity. Yeah, it's tough because, like, I don't know if I want to have him team with a New Japan guy, or have him team with, like, you know, as far as probably stick him with an All Japan guy. I'm just trying to figure it out. We'll throw Takayama out there with him. Since it's a Young Lion established guy matchup, as he's going to get the win. He's going to be beating Inoue. Then, then Slinger in the Steal the Show matchup. As far as... trying to think who else we can have him lose to. Jun Akiyama's not a bad call. Samakido, not a bad call either, I guess. Funaki. I kind of want to see what Wellington Wilkins Jr. is going to do. He might be okay. Probably not, though, but we'll see. He's a pretty good technical guy. Might work out. You never know. So we'll have him get the win in his debut. Alrighty. And I think we're good to go. Yeah, we're good to go. Let's run the ship. Night 3. 63 for Naoki Sano, Yuji Nagata. It's the scoop brainbuster for Naoki Sano getting the win there. Yeah, 66. Not bad at all. 55 for Kensuke and Takayama against Inoue and Mitsuyu Mamoto. Yoshiro Takayama being the absolute worst. Breaks my soul. That's what it does. A 62 for Kim Duck and Akira against Masato Tanaka and Eddie Gilbert. They do have excellent chemistry. It's Eddie Gilbert getting the one with the hot shot over Kim Duck, which, yeah, he's terrible. He's just over. So we're just going to have to, you know, we're going to be putting him over a lot of guys as far as... definitely a lot of, like, the unrecognizable guys for sure. So that's going to be big for them. Oh, yeah, Wilkins Jr. getting the win with the... Oh, he pinned him. I guess he doesn't have a finisher set. But he beat Richard Slinger. 56 for this six-man. It's Torosaku's tears, rather, instead of tears his rotator cuff. Another unlucky injury. Unfortunate for Torosaku, man. He was really on a rise. Kind of hit a plateau as of late, and now this injury is going to set him back a lot, and that's going to set back Hideki Osaka back too. The blonde bombshell, though, for Candido. Getting the win there in 20 minutes. 72 for Big Van Vader and Two Cold Scorpio against the Fantastics. It's Vader bomb for Vader over Tommy Rogers there in 10 minutes. Vader with a 74, best kind of match. Makes sense. And Two Cold, a 55, that's not a bad teaming at all. An 81 for Masao and Tiger Mask 3 against Kawada and Ogawa. As, yeah, the broke a forearm. I can't believe he's wrestling with that broken forearm. What a fucking savage. For Tiger Mask 3 getting the win with the Koji Clutch in 20 minutes. And our main event's an 87. Shout out Liger and Dean Malenko and Stan Hanson. They did a really good job there. As Satoru Sambo, the headbutt in 20 minutes over Wild Pegasus. Not bad at all. Yeah, Wild Pegasus was the worst guy in the match. Riki Choshu with a 64, though. Assuming that's just declining physically there. Choshu was... I mean, he was still working in the mid-90s, but he definitely was kind of like a shell of his former self. Yeah, Sam was also declining physically, which also makes sense, too. But, yeah. Makes sense. Not a bad match at all. Not a bad little show. A little rocky at some points in that injury, tearing the rotator cuff. Tough break there. And, as far as I'm glad, our roster is getting bigger and bigger because the injuries are piling up left and fucking right, and we just cannot stop. So what happens when we have a crazy ass schedule? But we even try to space it out, and it's not even working. But it's the way she goes. On to night 4 we go. Alrighty, so we have 4 matches for night 4. Some backstage instances. Bam, bam. God damn it. Can just someone do the right thing on this fucking roster? So we'll fight them. Maybe they'll straighten them up. Hey, there we go. Hey, there's Tracy Smothers being just a great guy, setting up a waffle bar and cooking for everyone. There we go. Ask and you shall receive. So we'll see. Luckily, Bam Bam's not booked tonight. As far as the main, probably this. As far as, basically the same thing we kind of saw as far as with a previous 6-man. But, we're having, as far as basically the junior and tag team title matches combined into one in this 6-man as New Japan, All Japan. Cut Lion against Chono is going to get the win. I don't know about the... Oh, no, Chono's going to lose, rather. Excuse me. As Chono will be losing to Dr. Death. I think, because he outperformed, or he did really well in his last match. We'll have Kaiji Muto take the fall there instead. So then we have the British Combat Club against Crawford, Furnace, Eddie Gilbert. Everyone, do something with your hands. Point, middle finger. As Norman Spine is going to get the win. He's going to beat Eddie Gilbert. And then we're going to have the 8-man of the Super Generation Army plus Takeo Omori against Tenryu's Revolution. And it's going to be Kaki Kobayashi, George Takano, and Shinichi Takano. So basically the idea of those 3 men joining is, turning their backs on All Japan, being turncoats and joining Tenryu's Revolution. I think that it would help not only those guys in Kaki Kobayashi and Takano Nagano, but I think it's going to be great for Tenryu as well, to be able to help elevate those guys, as Tenryu is going to get the win, though. It's going to beat Takeo Omori. The Ultimate Dragon of Super Astro against Vampiro and Damien, as Damien and Vampiro are going to lose, as Ultimate Dragon is going to get the win there in 10 minutes. So then, we'll have a Slinger match, since he is still with the company. We'll go with... Yeah, since Hideki Osaka's got nothing going on right now. For the next 8 months. So Hideki Osaka will be getting the win. Looks like we'll be doing a lot of Hideki Osaka head on our A tag matches. For the time being. Yeah, and then we're back to Kentaro Shiga, I believe. Trying to think what junior guy we can use. Hirasaito, not a bad option. Help get him a win over Kentaro Shiga. And then we'll use Juni's Amida, I guess. It's not great, but, you know, get somebody at least on the card. See if there's anybody that's well known that we've kind of been overlooking. I know we haven't really been using Hase a whole lot. I guess we could use him here. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. So obviously he's going to be getting the win. So that will be... Yeah, we'll put that there. So then the final match have to be a Steal the Show match. But I think it's... I think we're actually going to have the Steal the Show match be this. In Hosaka and Slinger. So that way we can have a Kim Duck losing to someone. So we'll have Kim and... I'm trying to think who would be a perfect guy for him to team with. That's a New Japan guy. Yeah, Akatoshi Saito. Perfect. So they're going to lose to... Got Sasuke. You know, we'll go with the, let's make sure, exclude people that's booked. Yeah, we'll go with Funaki and Minoru Tanaka. I don't hate that. It's going to give Minoru Tanaka a win and, you know, kind of push him in the right direction. But we're actually going to have him beat... Yeah, no, we'll have him beat Kim. Just makes sense, you know, might as well. Doesn't even complain about it. Way to go, Kim. Way to accept your fate. So we'll split up all those singles matches. See where we're at as far as venue-wise. Yep, definitely not be working a generic venue in Kanto. That works for me. Alrighty. Night 4 in the books. That's right. 47 here for Saito and Kento Ishida. Not great, but the senton for Hiro Saito in 10 minutes. 58 for the tactical technician squad against Saito and Kim Duck, which Saito at least not terrible, but it's awesome to see the tactical technician squad being in the 60s now. So for our special number 2. Do Kim Duck, and then Hase and Juni Zamida. Hase getting the win in 10 minutes. We'll have to give him his Northern Lights and all that fun jazz as finishers. That goes like with the building bomb of Richard Slinger. He gets outperformed, but Richard Slinger's moving on to other things, so fine by me. 78 for Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro. Taking on Damien and Vampiro as not bad performances again from Damien and Vampiro, but just obviously far behind Ultimo Dragon Super Astro, the side DDT for Ultimo Dragon and company. Getting the win as I was 78. 76 for the 8-man. As Tenryu's Revolution getting the win. As they lose, or as they, they beat the Super Generation Army team plus Takeo Mori. It's Tenryu beating Takeo Mori with a folding power bomb. Tenryu with an 80. 87 for Kobashi. And then 50s for just about everybody, but Kikuchi with 71, you know, as far as Jun Akiyama and George Akiyama are almost in the 60s. But it's pretty even, you know, as far as besides that, besides, you know, Kikuchi being the outlier for Super Generation Army team. Probably the wrong team once, but, you know, we gotta elevate Tenryu's Revolution. And a 79 for the British Combat Club and Can-Am Express with Eddie Gilbert as the Norman Conquest for Norman in company, which, yeah, Regal's injuries affected him, but luckily, I think his Bruce kidney's going to heal up by the time the Excite Series show happens. I'm not exactly sure, though. Then at 80 for our main event is Dean Malenko and the Miracle Violence Alliance beating the New Japan team of the IWGP Junior and Tag Team Champions. But Champions versus Champions, huge main event. Stock beating Muto with the backdrop driver. Now Muto outperforms Chono. They just keep on trading. But what a performance, though. 88 and 80 for Albright and Doc and Malenko. Very good match there. Got the crowd interested, too. Not bad, yeah. Increased our popularity. That's mainly because I forgot to, because we're broadcasting in America now, I forgot to have the tour highlights be in America. So now, that's happening. So that's going to help us out, popularity-wise. So that's fun. So we're almost at the halfway point. Actually, we are at the halfway point of the tour, even though, you know, we're at the road 2 days. There's 10 tour days as far as with that, but obviously the entire tour at the halfway point. As, yeah, I mean, so far, we've had, you know, the shitty broken forearm sucks, but other than that, luckily nothing else terrible was happening. I mean, the Bam Bam showing up on drugs was terrible, but luckily, for his sake, as far as we don't have like a drug policy or anything, but we probably should. Probably should. Definitely get some guys on the straight and narrow. On to night 5 we go. Alrighty, night 5, as we got backstage and said, it's Toy Front Jr. passing on microphone work to Black Tiger 2. So we have a lot of things going on this tour show, as it's the final night for Slinger, and so much more here. So we have, as far as the main, I guess it would be this, as it's Kaiji Muto and Masahiro Chono with Antonio Noki taking on the Miracle Violence Alliance. So we've really hammered this story home for sure, and Doc's going to beat Inoki. That's a huge win. Don't think Inoki's going to be happy about that. He is. Well, that's certainly unrealistic. Then we'll have the Cannon Express against Liger and Choshu, which Choshu's going to beat Crawford. Afterwards, Choshu's going to get on the mic and says, as far as Liger goes, one of the greatest juniors already in his career. Already one of the greatest juniors of all time. Thinking that before it's all said and done, that he's going to be one of the all-time greats, and he wants to put up his greatest 18 title on the line against Yushin Thunder Liger at the Excite Series to give the fans of New Japan a hell of a show of the past versus present, if in a way, if you will, of him and Liger, and heavyweight versus junior, and just a fun clash of styles, and Liger accepts it. We got a match set for Excite Series. That's how it's nothing too crazy, but I figured have a little angle like that wouldn't be the worst idea. So the Blonde Crushers against Big Van Vader and Too Cold Scorpio is, well, that's not supposed to be it, as it's supposed to be Too Cold against Candido here, as Too Cold Scorpio is supposed to be Chris Candido. There we go. That's a huge win, though, for Chris Candido. A huge win, rather, for Too Cold Scorpio. So now, so we have Black Cat, Fire Cat against the Tactical Technician Squad, as Menor's not gonna get the win over Black Cat there in 10 minutes. Then Super Strong Machine and Richard Slinger singles matchup. It's Super Strong Machine going to beat Richard Slinger. Kim Duck going to lose to KO Moore. I'm sure he's going to love that. We're going to have him dominate too. Yeah. Fuck it. Fuck it. And so yeah, we just need a Steal the Show match, and then probably another Young Lion match, and we'll be good to go. So just trying to think what we could do with Bam Bam, if we could really do anything. Kind of want to see a Cactus Jack Hayabusa versus Dan Spivey and Tracy Smothers matchup. As the Steal the Show match, Hayabusa going to be beating Smothers. Fun team, though, Cactus Jack and Hayabusa. Just two of my favorites from completely different parts of the wrestling world, as far as the high-flying Hayabusa and the crazy deathmatch Cactus Jack, but at least they shared. Well, not really. They didn't really share FMW rings a whole lot, as far as, obviously, Cactus kind of more known for IWA Japan more than FMW, but you get the gist of it. From the deathmatch world, at least, just two different sides of it. Yeah, I should probably actually bump that up a little higher. Yeah, about right there. And then the Young Lion matchup, as, yeah, he's considered unimportant. Never mind. I was going to see if maybe... Yeah, we'll see what some Kiddo can do against the Young Lion. So, I think it's back to Teokia. Yep. Sure is. So Samu gonna get the win. Not a bad little opener here. Not bad. Oh, he's the road agent. We have so many road agents now. But yeah, now we're good to go on that. We just gotta pick a venue. Yeah, I still want to stay away from Kanto as much as I can. Yeah, looks like it's the Hiroshima Sun Plaza. It is. I guess we're going Chubu. Wouldn't hate that, to be honest. Yeah, let's run Chubu. Alrighty. Night 5, here we go. The 54 as Osamu Kido getting the win in 10 minutes. He gets a 56. We'll take it. A 43 for Takeo Mori Jun. And Kim Duke as the belly-to-belly pile driver, the old axe guillotine. As Takayamori gets 1 in 5 minutes, squashed him. Fuck the crowd. We're just trying to make it, guys. Slinger losing to Super Strong Machine as he takes the Hammerlock Snap ET from Super Strong Machine in 9:37. As Firecat and Black Cat losing to the Tactical Technician Squad as Minoru Tanaka with the Minoru Special over Black Cat in 10 minutes. Dan Minoru Tanaka, best guy in the match. Shout out Minoru Tanaka. Not a bad little junior tag match there. 75 for Big Van Vader and Too Cold Scorpio against the Blonde Crusher. Says the Scorpio Splash for Too Cold over Candido. Pretty close. Pretty close. We'll take it. Not a bad little match. 79 for Cactus and Hayabusa against Spivey and Smothers. It's Falcon Arrow for Hayabusa in 10 minutes. Not a bad little match. Hayabusa, best guy in the match. Good stuff. Right team wins, of course. Got the crowd buzzing, too. We need that. 76 for Choshu and Liger against the Can-Am Express. Wrong team wins, but hey, we're trying to, we got an angle to push. It's Choshu getting the submission win. And the promo did pretty well. Good stuff. Then the main event in 80. So Noki losing. I still, it's so funny that he took the loss and didn't even complain about it. Doc getting the win with a Doctor Bomb over Noki in 20 minutes. Not a bad main event, not a bad show for night 5. So now we just have nights 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 left as far as for the tour shows. Then our final show. Which I don't know, we might cut that 10th show. Now I'm thinking about it, because just the way the injuries are going, might be safer just to cut an extra day and just run 10 shows instead of 11. We'll see. Alrighty, night 6, as, we have 5 matches pre-booked for this night. See where we're at. Okay, we'll just run the Hiroshima Sun Plaza. Perfect. So, as far as our main event, probably this, as far as Misawa and Kobashi against Tenryu and Kawada. Tenryu's going to beat Kenta Kobashi. That's a huge win for Genichiro Tenryu. That's a hell of a match, though. Hell of a fucking match. Miracle Violence Connection against Kaishimoto and Roshi Hase. So, bit of a fun little match there. Is obviously Kaishimoto and Hase would, as far as, because of the timeline, I'm trying to think. I think they're, the Muda Scale match does not happen, because I think we started it after. I could be wrong, though. Could be wrong. As I'm pretty sure, though, that it didn't happen. But, yeah, we're going to have Gordy beat Hiroshi Hase. That's a huge win for Terry Gordy, because he's probably going to get outperformed. Then we have, as far as, so basically we had Albright and Taz now taking on Chono and Black Cat. Black Cat teaming up with Chono is just kind of funny, because it kind of doesn't make any sense, but just, kind of seeing what happens. Just throwing it out there. But Chono's going to beat Taz, so, splitting it down the middle there. Kind of, yeah, I think we're going to have, actually, I think we're going to have Albright win this match. It's Black Cat going to take the loss, and then we'll have Hase, or Muto. Probably have Hase, though, beat Gordy. I think that's a little better. We'll see, though. Then Satoru Sayama and Yuki Sano taking on Dean, Malenko, and Wild Pegasus. Wild Pegasus going to get the win over Yuki Sano, so that's a huge win for Wild Pegasus, and set for a Steal the Show match. And then the Tactical Technician Squad taking on the Holy Demon Army, as we'll have this be a regular match. But yeah, so I think it's going to be a fun little match, though, as the Tactical Technician Squad going to take the fall to the Holy Demon Army. That's a very good match, though, in all honesty. So really, I think the big thing to add, if there's anything really to add, is 3 undercard matches as far as singles matches goes. So, Jinsei Shinzaki's back, first of all, from his injury, so we'll throw him out there. Trying to think who he could beat. There we go. Kim Duck. Big return for Jinsei Shinzaki. We won't have him squash him, but he'll get the win, though. That match is gonna suck, though, but that's fine. It's fine. It should be fine. Yeah, and then we'll go with, as far as, we haven't seen Akio Sato yet. Guess we can have him take on, Yuji Nagata. Seems fair. Kiyosato gonna get the win. And then we'll have Tomoe and Honda. Oh my god, Kiyosato can't work a 10-minute match. Great. As we'll have then Tomoe and Honda. So yeah, as worked since the first week. Yeah, basically we got Akira. Yeah, we'll probably have Yamasaki beat him. Always. Yamasaki's pretty damn good. And yeah, that's the card. That is Night 6 in the books. We're ready to go. Let's run it. The 59 for Yamasaki and Tomoe and Honda. Yamasaki getting the win though at 940. Not a bad little opener. Yep. That fucking sucked. They don't click. It just sucked all the way around. Yeah, that was terrible. Absolutely terrible. This was also terrible, but this one we expected that to happen. I forgot, Jinsei Shinzaki's still considered a young lion. That's alright though. Who cares? 67 for the Holy Demon Army against the Technical Tactician Squad. As a great match though for all 6 of these guys really. It's Ogawa, best guy of the match, but Eddie getting the win with the Gory Special. He does get outperformed by Funaki, but that's fine. Still a good little match. Gets the win with the Gory Special too over Otani. It's Dean and Wild Pegasus losing they get the win rather, excuse me, as they outperform Sayama and Yuki Sano, but Wild Pegasus, the Wild Bomb over Yuki Sano. Figured they'd be the better team for sure, especially with the excellent chemistry boost, because Sayama's not really all that great, but yeah, it was a fun little junior tag match though. This is better than this. It's Taz and Albright beating Chono and Black Cat, and it's Albright with the powerbomb over Black Cat in 20 minutes. That got a 72, and then an 80 for the Miracle Vines Connection, losing to Kaiji Muto and Roshi Hase as Hase tapping out Terry Gordy in 20 minutes. We really got to give Hase his finishers. And then an 83 for our main event as Masawa and Kobashi losing to Tenryu and Kawada, as even though the injury and all that, they still outperform them thanks to the excellent chemistry boost. But you know, Tenryu getting another win here and gets him with a folding powerbomb in 20 minutes. Hell of a match. Hell of a match. Another solid main event. We'll gladly take it. That undercard fucking sucked, but we got there eventually. Took a while, but we got there. As on to Night 7 we go. Alrighty, Night 7, backstage incident. Sasuke, brought for Wrestler's Court. Sucks that Sasuke's kind of not been booked a whole lot as of late. We gotta fix that. We gotta right that wrong for sure, as he's brought for Wrestler's Court, accused of failing to pick up his share of the tab at the bars. Stan Hanson found him guilty and sends my drinks for after the show. So, we have, as 4 matches lined up. Big-ass 10-man, though, should be the main event, as it is a hell of a match. So we have All Japan's 5 versus New Japan's 5, as Naoki Sano gonna get the win over Yoshinari Ogawa. Is the finish. Probably should actually give it to Kashinaka. I don't know, though. This would help Naoki Sano, though, along the way. It's tough. That's a hell of a match, though. Obviously, Baba's going to be affected by it, performance-wise, but other than that, that's a really good match. So then we're going to have... so we're basically splitting up the 6-man of the the Crushers of Destruction against the Gladiator Titans and Hayabusa, but then also having the Hanson, Spivey, Cactus Jack, and Terry Funk matchup. Splitting that up into 2 matches here, which I like. I think that's a fun idea. So this one will probably be ahead of it. This, it's got Cactus and Terry and Hanson and whatnot, but Funk's going to be Johnny Ace there in 20. And then Bigelow and Candido against the Gladiator and Hayabusa. So Hayabusa's going to beat Candido there. Should be a fun little match. And Vader and Too Cold and Brad Rannikins taking on the British Combat Club. I don't know how I feel about that, actually. I know this is a way to get Vader to beat the British Combat Club, but I really don't like this. Because I love what the British Combat Club been doing. Just feel like this loss is unnecessary. I don't know. At the same time, this helps push that feud in the right direction. It's tough, but I think we're going to stick with that. what we have. But speaking of, we were talking about Sasuke, trying to get him more involved here. Is Kim Duck still recognizable? There we go. Let's have Sasuke beat him. Fuck yeah. Just jobbed out of the fucking territory is what's happening here. Kim Duck, he doesn't complain though. Luckily for us there, as, yeah, I mean, Jun Akiyama to KO Mori, not a bad idea, as far as having them team up. As far as against who, that's a better question. Yeah, Deaton and Billy Black, not a terrible idea. We've done this a handful of times now. Last time was in November, though. Which, Deaton and Billy Black have beaten them a lot beforehand, so now it's time to get some wins for the other side of the equation here. Jun Akiyama gotta get the win. He's gonna beat Billy Black. Nice. Yeah, Billy Black's a little upset by that. So, steal the show match, and then another Young Lion matchup, and we'll probably be good to go. The steal the show match. Let's get Damien Vampiro back out here. Get them rocking and rolling. Yeah, me Firecat, Black Cat again. Why not? Seems to be a pretty good little team that we got rocking and rolling with. Damien, though, is going to get the win. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to be better than that. Alright. So then, the Young Lion matchup. Try to think who wins the last. So Tanaka hasn't been used in a week, so that's not a bad option. I know Kontorishiga around the same time. A lot of different options. Kensuke Sasaki. Yeah, we'll just have Kensuke. Good one. That's not terrible. Just trying to double check. Just kind of look around the roster. Just kind of see. Because, I mean, we got Headhunter A that hasn't been used in a while either. Yeah. I'm kind of curious to see what Bill Anderson... But mainly I was just going to use Bill Anderson to help elevate guys. Yeah, I think we'll still do that. So I'll just keep the Kensuke Masato Tanaka match, which I love that match. And first time they've faced off against each other. Because we've had them team for a little bit, and that, I just don't think Masato Tanaka's really ready for that. But still a fun match, though. I think it's going to be better than that Duck Sasuke match. We'll see. Yeah, I think we're back to the dream me's. Alrighty. End the show. 57 for the opener. Sasuke and Kim Duck. It's a 57. It's Sasuke. The Bishotoku driver in 938. Duck was really up his game. 66, though, for Kensuke Masato Tanaka. Yeah, who would have thought? They have great chemistry. That might be fucking awesome. It's Kensuke with the Stringle Gama in 10 minutes. That's a 66 for him. That's 59. For Billy Black and Gerald Eaton, easy for me to say. It's Takeo Mori and Jun Akiyama will get the win, though. Jun Akiyama with the Blue Thunder Bomb over Billy Black. And yeah, right team wins. Good stuff. 63 for Billy Black and... for Black Cat and Firecat. Is Thundercats. Losing to Damien and Vampiro, as Damien with the... Marion over Black Cat. So yeah, Vampiro's injury, he still... outperforms Black Cat and Firecat. It's crazy. Damien's best guy in the match. I love it. It's awesome. We'll have to make them officially teams, both of them. As an 80 for Vader, Too Cold, and Brett Renegades taking on the British Combat Club. It's Big Van Vader with the win. Yeah, wrong team wins. Wrong team winning for sure. As it's still a good little match though. We'll take it. 77. Crusher Bam Bam and Candido, as they lose to the Gladiator and Hayabusa. It's Hayabusa and the Gladiator. Better team. This makes sense. Hayabusa with the Falcon Arrow in 20 minutes. 74. Wow. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened here, because Hanson did really, really well, and so did, at least Terry Funk was close to the 80s, but just wasn't really rocking. It's Funk, though, with the pile driver on Johnny East, getting the win in 20 minutes. Nice performance from some of those guys. So the 78 for the big-ass 10-man. Even though Baba's 33 is involved, who fucking cares? It still delivers in the big way thanks to Kawada. As, yeah, I mean, this was basically a Holy Demon Army plus Baba taking on, New Japan's, as far as, like, Noki and Fujinami, since we're doing TEW and Baba, just feel like that made sense, and having Choshu in there as, like, the heavyweight representative, and then Nuki Sano and Shiro Kashinaka, just felt like that was the best way of going about that, but, not a terrible main event. I'm just kind of shocked that it honestly did so well, considering the only guy that was above a 70 was Kawada and TEW. Everybody else was, 68 and below. It's not great, but we'll take it. I can't believe that. I'm not surprised, British Combat Club being involved in the best match on the card, though, because they have been fantastic. So, as far as for right now, we're still going to have, as far as nights 8, 9, and 10, so the next, 3 tour shows are still on. I think just as far as our schedule, even though we've kind of paced out a little bit, to where it's not like we're not running like back-to-back nights or anything, so I think that's helping the roster a little bit, but you never know. Injuries can still happen, but fingers crossed it doesn't. Alrighty, day 8, night 8 here, as backstage incident, Stan Hanson. I was going to put over Hayabusa, oh my god. What a get for Hayabusa. As, so our main event, it's probably this, I guess, I don't know. I really don't know, because this is a bit one-sided, and having the Holy Demon Army teaming up, literally for the first time since Kawada's been out, to take on Masao and Takeo Omori, as Kawada's going to beat Takeo Omori there in 20 minutes. Which, that probably should be the main, but I don't know, though. Because this is still going to be a good match, but I just don't think it's going to be enough for it to be the main. As Tenryu's Revolution going to get the win. As they're going to beat the Super Generation Army. Kikuchi's going to take the fall there in 20 minutes. Not a great night for the Super Generation Army. Then Vader and Too Cold against Dory Funk Jr. and Joe Malenko. Too Cold going to get the win over Dory Funk Jr. Really trying to push that going for... and we have another match here since we've had... as far as the Super Generation Army, Tenryu's Revolution matchup, we have one here, Tiger Mask 3 and Kanka Kobayashi, the old Tiger Mask killer, and Kanka Kobayashi, so that's fun. I think it's the first time we've done it singles-wise, so that's just a cool idea to be able to do that, and it's actually the first time they've interacted since we brought in Tiger Mask 3 into New Japan, into All Japan. But yeah, it's not a bad little match. Yeah, I think we'll leave it there. So really the big thing with only having 4 matches is, you gotta, pace yourself with what you want to do. I want to kind of keep guys that are not in the title pictures of, like, the top stuff on the undercard. So really the idea is just to kind of get everybody that, as far as it's not going to be a huge factor of that main card. So I think as far as... I would love to potentially see maybe the Blonde Crushers or maybe the Can-Am Express. Probably the Can-Am Express. Yeah, Ultimo Dragon Super Astro. What a match. This match is awesome. Rematch for the tag. I was thinking maybe a 6-man, but no, that's probably go with something different. Let's have the Russian and German team up here as yeah. Sure. It's Game Express taking on the Russian-German Express. Doug Fred's gonna get the win. Nothing too crazy there. Then we'll start adding some undercard stuff. So like, like Headhunter A and Hideki Ozaka teaming up. Yeah, let's just have Bill Anderson and Brad Ranigans out there. This is mainly to just get a Headhunter A or Hideki Ozaka a win. We'll probably go with Headhunter A. Bill Anderson. And then just 2 Young Lion matches. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because Damien's pretty much ready to go. He just isn't over enough, though, unfortunately. But Kim Duck is. Looks like it's going to be Damien and Kim Duck. As he's going to get the win. In 10, and then... So I guess we're only going to have one Young Lion matchup, but that's okay. Sometimes you don't need a handful of them. Sometimes you can just use one. I think Shigo is the next man up. So we'll go with a junior match if we can. Hanaga's... yeah. Not good there. Sotani's obviously important. Sasuke's still considered unimportant. Yeah, we got a lot of guys we could use. Wild Pegasus is always a good shout. Ogawa's a good shout. Yeah, we'll go with Ogawa. Don't hate that. We've done it a handful of times, you know, and it's gone pretty well every time, so... it's not a terrible way to open up the show. But I won't actually open it. I'm thinking about it, because I think this will be better than the Damien Kim Duck match. Oh yeah, for sure will be, so... put that there, and... yeah, I guess we'll run here again in Kyushu, since we last ran here night 4, so just makes sense. 45 for the opener, as Damien gets the win. He was really off his game, so that hurt the performance of the match overall, but at least we got out of there somewhat unscathed. And then Ogawa beating Shiga in 10 minutes. So I got a 62, he did the 71. As Bill Anderson with a 52, that's actually not bad. As him and Brad Rennigan's losing to Headhunter A and Hideki Ozaka. As Brad Rennigan's, you know, his injury kind of slows him down a little bit here, but he still probably wasn't going to outperform Headhunter A as he gets the one with the diving leg drop in 10 minutes. 72 for the K&M Express versus Franz and Gregory, as Franz taking the Frankensteiner. Yeah, Franz is really bad. We'll probably let him go, to be honest. 44 is not great. Not great at all. The 64 for Tiger Mask 3 and Kanaki Kobayashi's Koji Clutch for Tiger Mask 3 over Kanaki Kobayashi in 10 minutes. Not bad. A 66 for Vader and Too Cold Scorpio against Joe Malenko and Dory Funk Jr. Both Malenko and Dory Funk Jr. were really off their games, but big fan Vader and Scorpio, that's not a bad performance for both those guys, who Scorpio's almost in the 60s. So that's a good sign for him. 79 for Super Generation Army and Tenryu's Revolution. Kobashi with an 86. 81 for Tenryu, as Tenryu, again, with a folding powerbomb, this time over Kikuchi, and we're really pushing them strong. It's been very much apparent so far, but good little match, though. Good little match. And then 80 for our main event, so it was the right decision to have this on last, as Kawada and Taue beating Masawa and Keomori. As even with the injury with Masawa, he still almost outperforms Taue. It's the powerbomb no dashi combination on Omori in 20 minutes. I know it's kind of weird giving that match so much time when Omori's a young lion, but really the idea was Masawa working a lot of the match, and then once Omori kind of finally gets tagged in and towards the significant part of the match, it becomes apparent. You know, the young lion's in over his head. He's in the deep waters. It's only Demon Harmony pays for it with a powerbomb no dashi Otashi combination on him. Not a bad show, to be honest, besides the Damien Kim Duck match. Everything's kind of 60 and above. Well, it's not a bad tour show. Definitely compared to, like, years past. As, now we're at the home stretch for sure. At days 9 and 10 left, and then the final show. It's, we're talking about a head-on collision to some big-time matches at that Excite Series show. Can Kawada finally do it? We're so close. We can almost taste it. Alrighty, night 9, as we have 5 matches pre-booked. Kim Duck has finally put in his notice. I was shocked it took so long. I figured right after he lost to 2 Young Lions that he would have put it in, but no, he finally just now did. It's just super funny. It's Dory Funk Jr. passing on microphone work to Black Tech 2. So we're going to have him get squashed by Tenzan. Oh my god, he's got to just hate us. Just got to hate us. But this is a hell of a match here. And Masawa and Tiger Mask 3 taking on Kawada, the OG Tiger Mask. You got 3 Tiger Mask in there and Kawada's. Oh, I hate that Siama's going to have to be Tiger Mask 3, but that's kind of the best way of going about it. I guess we could have Kawada beat him. But that... I guess we'll just leave that there. That's tough, though. That's a tough break. 8-man of Noki, Choshu, Fujinami, and Amo Hamaguchi taking on Baba, Taue, and Fuchi and Okawa. So basically, Holy Demon Army plus Baba. So Baba's going to get the win. He's going to beat Animal Hamaguchi. We're going to set this for a little lower on the card. I think even though it's a 10-minute match. And then British Combat Club versus Too Cold Scorpio in a tag as Regal is going to get the win. Him and Johnny Smith are going to beat the Vader Too Cold Scorpio team. I know it's kind of weird to have that happen. But since it's not Norman and him, I feel like it's in a safe spot. And plus it kind of makes them not so invincible going into their match. Then the Crushers of Destruction with Hanson Spivey against Terry Funk, Cactus Jack, and the Gladiator Titans. So doing this again here, and as far as taking it back from night 1, yeah, I don't know, because we had them win the first night. I don't think we should have them win this night either. So we'll probably change that to the Gladiator beating Bam Bam. There we go. So yeah, that's probably the co-main. There we go. And then this squash of Tenzan over Duck. That's great. He's pissed. Fuck him. So I think we need to steal the show match, and then that'll probably be 2 Young Lion matches, and that'll probably be it. So Samurai and Jushin Liger. Liger's been phenomenal. Him and El Samurai's a fun little team. So a little junior tag match if we can. As far as or even like a team of like even Terry Gordy and Taz if we can. Actually, let's make sure we exclude people that's booked. Or even Takano Nagano. I wouldn't hate that either. I don't know, though. At the same time, we should probably have them take on All Japan guys. Maybe Deaton and Smothers. Just kind of see what we get. Yeah. It's not going to be a terrible match or anything, and it gives a win for El Samurai, so that's always a plus. He'll beat Tracy Smothers. So that's your Steal the Show match. Then the Young Lion matches. I mean, Brad Armstrong, he's so good that he's going to have a Young Lion match. He's going to take on Damone Honda. I know it's been about a week since Honda's had a match. Nice time. No time like the present. And then probably Teo Kia. I feel like he hasn't had one in a while. Yeah, been a couple of weeks. Zuka's not a bad option. Yeah, we'll probably go with Zuka. Yeah, let's do it. Zuka and Teo. I feel like I forget who he beat as far as on the tour here. I could have swore we had him face a Young Lion. Either way, though, fun little match. This is a pretty good card, to be honest. We'll probably have this be a little higher, and yeah, alrighty. Let's pick a venue here. Sure, we'll run the Nakajima Sports Center. Perfect. There we go. So 48 for Izuka and Teo Kia as a little slow way to start off the show, but the blockbuster there from Izuka. And 41 for Tenzan and Kim Duck as the Anaconda Vice for Tenzan. Not so great. 49, that's just Brad Armstrong, though, and Damone Honda. Brad Armstrong getting the win with the side Russian leg sweep in 10 minutes. The 69 for Liger and Samurai against Smothers and Deaton. As, yeah, I mean, they had a good performance. It's still, far below El Samurai and Jushin Thunder Liger's. Liger's still being a fucking savage. Got the crowd buzzing, too, so it was a perfect steal of the show match. I can't believe this got a 71. Again, just the strength of the Holy Demon Army here. Of Taue and Ogawa. The 76s and 73s carrying Giant Baba and company. So a very good match as Baba tapping out Animal Hamaguchi. You'll love to see it. Baba finally gets a win. It's been like forever since we've had him win. And then Vader and Too Cold losing to Regal and Smith. Right decision for sure. I think they need to be a little vulnerable here, and having Regal beat them too adds a little fuel to the fire for their tag team title matchup as the Regal Plex for Regal in 20 minutes. A 74 again here for the 8-man rematch. This time, of course, Cactus, Jack, Terry Funk, the Gladiator Titans getting the win over the Crushers of Destruction and Hanson, Spivey as the Gladiator pinning Crusher Bam Bam with the Awesome Bomb, which I would have died to see that. It's a big fucking dude to be picking up. But, yeah, not a bad match, but also not a great match. I'm a little nervous about the Ace, Bam Bam, Gladiator Titans matchup. I don't think it's going to be as great as I would have hoped it to be, but also there's going to be Hayabusa and Candido in that match too, so hopefully it'll be good. We'll see another 74 as Tiger Mask 3 and Masawa both do the same rating. Kawada with an 82 and then 67 for Satoru Sayama. Sayama with a diving headbutt. 20 minutes. Got the crowd hotter, and there we go. We just have one more tour show left. Night 10 is coming up, and then on to the final show of the Excite Series tour. Alrighty, the final tour show. Night 10, we have a lot of things pre-booked as we're trying to get as much juice out of these, as far as booking and pre-booking, as far as getting things hyped up for the final show. Now that we're at the tail end here, obviously this is the main, as we have Sawa, Kobashi, D. Malenko taking on Toshiaki Kawada and Tenryu's Revolution, which we're going to have Sayama with Tenryu as far as for a part of his Revolution. Just feel like that makes a lot of sense, being as far as to help elevate some guys as well. And even though it's kind of a weird spot, because like Sayama obviously wasn't in like the original Tenryu's Revolution or anything, and just feel like it makes sense though, nonetheless. But it's going to be a time limit draw though, just to protect everybody. Hopefully, nobody gets hurt in that match, because that would suck. Then probably, I know it's kind of a weird kind of match as far as having Chono and Kaiji Muto and Osamu Nishimura against the Miracle Vines Alliance. Having Taz beat Osamu Nishimura, but I feel like that's a good little co-main since the tag title matchup. Then probably Choshu and Naoki Sano against Liger and Samurai. Samurai's going to beat Naoki Sano there. Makes sense. Then probably Takano Nagano against the Tsuyoshi. Actually, no. It's still a good match, but it's not going to be better than this. But they're going to get the win, Super Generation Army, over Takano Nagano. But the Canada Express against Junakiyama and Takara Mori. First time this has happened since 92, October of 92, to be exact. So a long time coming. But Doug Furnace is going to get the win over Takara Mori. Oh, forgot to add that to the actual card. There we go. Change that. And then probably... Oh, no, yeah, they didn't add it. That was weird. There we go. And then probably Hanaga and Saito against Joel Deaton and Tracy Smothers. This is just to give Tracy Smothers and Joel Deaton a win, as Deaton's going to beat Hiro Sato. Hiro Saito, rather. I don't know why I said Hiro Sato. I think Kim Duck against Black Tiger 2, as Eddie's going to get the win. Because fuck Kim Duck. And then the final match to add. So we got Brad Vannigans. And Mamaguchi could use a win, honestly, after we just had him lose to Baba. Yeah, usually the guy that hasn't been used in a hot minute. Probably Drew Nizamaito. Mamaguchi gonna get the win. And that will do it for the tour part. As far as now we'll be able to run the final show here. Wow, we need to trim 1 minute. There you go. Make sure we didn't pick Kanto. We would have, so good thing we didn't. Well, we're on the Wakayama Prefectural Gym. We're gonna go. Here we go. Night 10. 47 for the openers. And Mamaguchi beating Junichi Zamaida. The spinning fallaway slam. Random Mamaguchi. 52 for Duck and Black Tiger 2, as Black Tiger 2 with a gory special. 948 there. 56, that's not bad for Eddie. As Deaton and Smothers beating Hiro Saito and Norio Hanaga. As, yeah, I mean, not a great match, but a nice little undercard match, nonetheless. Deaton beating Hiro Saito with the Bulldog and 9-19. Yeah, just, I mean, at least Deaton and Hiro Saito did the same, but still the wrong team probably won. That's okay. 75, though, for Junakiyama Takara Mori against the Can-Am Express, the Frankensteiner. for the Cannon Express there, for Doug Furnace specifically over Takeo Mori. Good stuff. Doug Furnace is in the 80s, so that's good. Good stuff. Well, knee ligament damage for Tsuyoshi Kikuchi. So he's probably out for that match, so that's just fucking great. 61 there. God damn it. 76 for the Liger, El Samurai, Riki Choshu, Naoki Sano matchup. Liger getting the win. Or Liger and Samurai getting the win with Samurai with the Samurai Bomb over Naoki Sano. It's a good match, though. You know, just a little upset, though. Slight upset for Samurai over Naoki Sano, but obviously the team itself did much better. And we have a Whiplash neck string for Taz. Luckily, it's just Taz getting hurt, and not Albright or Doc or Muto or Chono. It's Taz with the Katahajime over Sama Nishimura, who outperformed him. Well, Sama Nishimura is a savage, for sure, and he'll definitely be someone that's going to be rising up the rankings sooner rather than later. Just right now, he ran into a bit of a brick wall there in Taz, but Taz is the one who... Oh, it was actually Sama Nishimura, rather, who caused the injury, because Taz is the one who's hurt. Then 82, for the main event, is Dean, Kinakobashi, Mitsuharu Misawa go the distance with Sayama, Tenryu, and Kawada. No winner here. 30 minutes. We'll see who's going to win between Kawada and Misawa. Who's going to win between Dean Malenko and Satoru Sayama? Who's going to be the, as far as double champs there in the junior division? Who's going to be double champs of the tag division? And so much more. We're going to have new All-Asia Tag Team Champions. So much going on going into this Excite Series show. I'm excited. We're trying to make it exciting. Excite Series show, and I think we definitely have going into it. History on the line here for Misawa. 800 and some days. Kawada finally gets his title match after winning the Champion Carnival. It's happening here in 95 instead of 94, but it's finally here. Let's see if Kawada can beat him. Alrighty. It is here, the Excite Series. Let's see what Jun Akiyama's doing. I'd say he was in a fine form before the show, keeping everyone in a great mood with his hilarious road stories to create a relaxed and happy atmosphere. We need that going into this show. A year ago, Kawada and Misawa for the second time battled for the Triple Crown title. We finally get that trilogy, as far as for the title, and will he beat him? Is he going to beat him here? As far as the series of matches, too, obviously, as far as he's done it in the past. He's done it in the past. But he does it here when it matters the most. For the Triple Crown title. Misawa, finally, losing his Triple Crown title. The history is all there, from partners to being the first ever challenger back in October of the series, to the draws, to finally, as far as Kawada beating him, and the title match that was supposed to happen. We finally get it here. And yes, if that match would have happened when it was supposed to, Kawada would have won. But, hey, we get it here. And it's, 2 out of 3 falls. The idea is actually Misawa would win the first fall. So now, Kawada's now not going to have to beat him twice, for sure. He's got to go back to back and beat Misawa. And they kind of build that story. Even though it's a 90-minute time limit, I want to swerve into the audience, because I think everyone would probably be expecting this match to go beyond 60. And I think for the excitement level, to go before even the 60-minute time limit of a normal match, I think that'd be fantastic, though. And yeah, that's just kind of the idea. And big, fucking confetti gets presented with the belts. Misawa even puts one on Kawada, raises his hands, and says, he's the better man, and I think it means a lot to both those guys, for sure. And as Kawada heads to as Misawa starts heading to the back, as Kawada's got his belts, and he's, as far as the Holy Demon Army's out there with him, out comes the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, Shinya Hashimoto. Him and Misawa, they lock eyes when they walk past each other. But Hashimoto just keeps on walking after the stare down. They don't strike or anything. He gets in the ring and says, this is Who would have thought? Triple Crown champion, the IWGP Heavyweight champion, in the same ring, in the same promotion. But I hope we get to be in the same ring against each other. You win your block, I win my block. We'll find out who really is the best champion. So, Hashimoto laying it out there already. He's been, as far as making his big splash, being the IWGP Heavyweight Champion, throwing it out there. And we might just, in fact, see champion versus champion at the Champion Carnival Finals. Kawada says, I've already won that Champion Carnival once. I'm going to win it again, and I'm going to beat your ass and prove that All Japan's a superior company. The Triple Crown titles, the superior championships. Because, you can't say champion because there's 3 of them. But, yeah, and we're building towards Wrestle Kingdom. We're building towards the Champion Carnival to see who is the best champion, who's the better company, all that jazz. This is where the battle lines get drawn, for sure. And, yeah, I think that's a great, kind of like going into the Champion Carnival. I think that's a great story to tell, for sure. So now for the rest of the card. We got new All Japan Unified World Tag Team Champions as the IWGP World Tag Team Champions. Masahiro Chono, Kaiji Muto beating the Miracle Alliance as Muto, beating Albright in 26 minutes. What a fucking match. But what a reign, though, for the All Japan World Tag Team Champions. 2 defenses, 168 days. Pretty good reign, as far as, it just sucks about the Kawada Taue reign, because God only knows how that reign would have went if, Kawada wouldn't have gotten hurt. But, yeah, now we have new, for the first time, as far as new champs, with Chono and with Kaiji Muto, but also, talking about Masawa's reign, 153 days, 14 defenses. The man put the fucking company on his back, and then some. He finally gets hurt going into the final title match. God bless him. God bless him. Then the junior title matchup. Who's going to be the unified junior champion? Is Dean Malenko. He's going to beat Satoshi Sayama. So an All Japan guy beats a New Japan guy, and he's now the new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. I think Sayama's had the belt for a good hot minute. 85 days. That's not too crazy long. He hasn't had a defense or anything. So there is that. And Dean Malenko's had the belt for a good bit. Good little while. So yeah, went in October against Ultimo Dragons. That'll be his second defense. Then the Greatest 18 Club title, as it is Jushin Thunder Liger. He does beat Riki Choshu. So that's fun. Liger's New Japan's Greatest 18 Club title, which, that belt, it's a fun idea, but it's just kind of, with how many belts we have right now, it's definitely going to be an afterthought. But it was a fun little story to have right now, as far as the future versus the past, or, as far as with Choshu. So now, as far as that, and then the All Asia Tag Team title matchup, with Vader and 2 Cold Scorpio against British Combat Club. And we have new All Asia Tag Team Champions. It's Vader and Scorpio beating Smiley and Regal. They're going to be the better team in British Combat Club, which is fine, because they're a phenomenal fucking team. They're on the bigger and better things here, but Vader, 2 Cold Scorpio, fun team. Fun dynamic, like we talked about earlier, and I think they definitely are going to have a fun little run as the All Asia Tag Champs. I think they've had the belts as far as for, I think it was before the Tag League. Yeah, 113 days. Yeah, it was right before the Tag League. 3 defenses, so they tied at least Terry Funk and Cactus Jack, but they still had a ways to go to tie Jumbo and Fuchis and Kobashis and Kikuchis as far as most defenses. Fun run, though, for those guys. And Hanson, Spivey against Terry Funk and Cactus Jack. Cactus Jack, Terry Funk get that win back after losing to Hanson, Spivey. Or no, actually, that's right, they've only faced off during the Tag League. So back-to-back wins for Cactus Jack and Terry Funk there. That's a big win. This Cactus beating Spivey. 23 minutes. And then Super Generation Army, which it's going to be Takeo Mori filling in, and now he's going to be an official member of the Super Generation Army. It's Kobayashi beating Kobayashi. That's Toshiaki Kobayashi losing there. 20 minutes, just makes sense. But Tenryu's Revolution falling short in their big show debut. Not great. Not a great way to start off, but I think that's kind of the best decision for them because I just don't think they're ready. They probably never will be. But the Crushers of Destruction of Bam Bam and Ace and Candido against the Gladiator Titans and Hayabusa. Setting this a steel show match as Bam Bam going to get the win over Big Titan. Then the big-ass 10-man junior tag matchup. It's Ultimo Dragon going to be beating Damien. I don't hate that. As far as probably... Actually, let's give Vampiro a loss. I feel like Vampiro's going to be the worst guy in that match. For at least his side of the team. Maybe Eddie, but... Fun match, though. Do love that match. Oh, I have to change the time, as then... To kick off the show, Noki is going to beat Baba. So that's fun. As far as having the New Japan Inoki Fujinami team beat the Baba Taue team. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be huge, though, for sure. Going to be huge. Man, we have so many fucking people going to be here. 63,000 on hand. That is nuts. A 3-hour, 30-minute show. I am going to make this a post-show angle. And I also want to make sure I pick the Tokyo Dome. Build the National Stadium, you fuckers. Build it. As Red Shoes is given too much. I'm assuming he's got, besides this main event, probably another match. So we'll take a look and see. Imagine he doesn't. He's got, yeah, but say he's got to. We'll give that to Tiger Toy. There we go. You know, honestly, I don't think we're going to run a pre-show. We have a 10-match card. I think that's pretty big in itself. I don't think we need to add pre-show. So yeah, let's run it. 61 for the opener. It's Taue and Baba losing to Inoki and Fujinami. Yeah, I mean, a little too short for having Taue involved and all that jazz, but Inoki tapping out John Baba with a sleeper, putting him to sleep. It's just funny. At least Inoki's still doing pretty well, but like Baba, I mean, we're over the hill. It's over for us as far as any type of competitive match, but I just feel like that's a fun idea to have Inoki and Baba, I mean, in the same match and the Tokyo Dome. I mean, that's pretty significant. Pretty goddamn significant. So 81 for the big-ass 10-man as, yeah, the Ultimo Dragon team, teaming up with the Tactical Technician Squad, him and Super Astro beating the Holy Demon Army with Damien and Vampiro, which, those, I mean, if they're the Holy Demon Army, they're more like the unholy Demon Army between Damien and Vampiro. My god, as Ultimo Dragon pinning Vampiro with the SIDET. And it's, yeah, an 88 for Ultimo Dragon, best guy in the match. Then Ogawa and Astro and Fuchi in the 70s. And, I mean, not bad. Yeah, Damien was the worst guy. Him and Shinjiro Otani, which again, shout out Otani. Doing very well for himself. But, I mean, it shows you how, I think, the junior division, how deep the division is. Like, even now, getting someone like Damien, who's, sure, I mean, there's 9 other guys in this match that are better than him. Well, 8. I guess him and Otani tied, but not bad. I mean, it's not bad at all. Not bad at all. And the 80 for the 6th man of the Crushers of Destruction against Hayabusa and the Gladiator Titans as Crusher Bam Bam with a headbutt on Big Titan. He must not do the greetings from Asbury Park, so we'll have to look at his moveset. Hayabusa, though, with a 90 is pretty nuts. Best guy in the match by far. Bam Bam, though, in the Gladiator doing pretty well there. And same thing with Johnny Ace. Not a bad match at all. I think, you know, sure, Hayabusa by far put their team, you know, ahead of them performance-wise, but I think as a cohesive unit and for their debuts, they're Crushers of Destruction. Didn't do a bad job at all. An 80 here for the 8-man of Super Generation Army against Tenryu's Revolution as Kenta Kobayashi with the Orange Crush over Toshiaki Kobayashi. Kobayashi with a 91, 94 for Tenryu. Got the crowd hot. So good stuff. Yeah, I mean, obviously, those two specifically just dragging this match to the finish line. performance-wise. But Takeru not bad at all for a 55 for a young lion. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Oh, a 99 for Cactus Jack and Terry Funk against Hanson and Spivey. I don't know how, but we got it. It's Cactus Jack with a cactus elbow on Spivey in 23-34. Just those teams, those two Gaijin teams that are very, very good, especially Funk and Cactus. Like, that warms my heart that they're still, I mean, it's crazy. Terry Funk's 50 years old and he's still doing 89s. It's great to see. 89 for the All-Asia Tag Team title matchup as, yeah, Regal and Smiley are fantastic. And they lose here to Vader and Too Cold, which Vader at least is in the 80s, so that's a good sign. Too Cold Scorpio a little behind him still, but he's got room to grow. Got room to grow. But that's the All-Asia Tag Team titles, I think Regal and Smiley outgrew them, by the end. So they're on to bigger and better things, though, for sure. So, wow, they don't click. That's unfortunate between Liger and Choshu, as the greatest 18 Club winner. Jusha Thunder Ligers, he wins with a brainbuster. Let's keep it rolling. That's just unfortunate. 91, though, for the Junior Heavyweight title matchup. Dean Malenko, the new Junior Heavyweight Champion, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, and retains his, of course, All Japan World Junior Heavyweight title. So he gets a win with the Texas Clover Leaf in 23 minutes. Dean Malenko in 89, 73 for Sayama. So 94. And we have new All Japan and IWGP World Tag Team Champions. As what a win. And what a performance, though, from everybody, even Chono, even, 79. It's not great, but that's a great starting point for, as far as those guys just debuted in the company, you know what I mean? As far as, sure, they've been working, obviously, New Japan in a top program, but when you're starting off, when, we've had Albright and Doc working for years together, and you're be able to compete pretty relatively close to them, and make it just a slight upset, not like a major upset. It's a good sign, for sure. That's a hell of a match, though. And a big win. Big win for New Japan. Big getting the tag team titles. That's awesome. That's big. It's big time. And a 99. They still do a 99. Let's go, Toshiaki Kawada. The new Triple Crown champion. He's not winning with the Kawada crab. Oh, no. He's gonzo bombing Masao. He's doing a gonzo bomb off the middle rope. He doesn't give a fuck. He's trying to murder that man if he wants to be the Triple Crown champion. Yeah. So, yeah, he does not win the first fall. He would lose the first fall, and you have to win 2 straight. Even though probably, I think, when you kind of switch it back and forth, it makes it a little bit more exciting. But I like the idea of the Kawada. He's, kind of like, obviously with Omega, when Omega had to beat Okada, he was not... It was to the point where not only does he have to beat him, he's got to beat him twice now, because he lost the first fall, so now you got to beat him back-to-back falls. Makes it a little, it turns the pressure up, and it makes it a little bit more of a bigger deal, for sure. And but gets the win, and is your new Triple Crown champion. And out comes the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Stare down the promos like we heard, and that's the angle. Going into the Champion Carnival, the winners of each block go on to face each other in the finals to see who is the true Champion Carnival winner. Who's the true champion of both companies now, of New Japan and All Japan. Hell of a show. We had 299 matches. If it wasn't for this fucking match that did not click, I think this could have been a 99 show, honestly. Because Liger, just from TV tapings that we've done, like the best of New Japan, he was doing like 95s on the TV show, so that probably would have been what he would have done here against Choshu. Choshu was doing around 70, so them having a negative chemistry, that just kicking the goddamn balls, but what can you do? Still, it's a fun show. To be able to even have, like, Bob on the card was fun to do. All around, man, shout out Masawa. He finally gets some rest, some much-needed rest. We might just have him kind of take off as far as the Champion Carnival. Really put over, the war he's went through and the wear and tear, how he's been working hurt, and kind of being like, yeah, he's going to opt out of the Champion Carnival. I think that's a great story in itself, and I think it protects him as well. So I think all around, I think that's the right choice. Yeah, and then I guess we got to put over... I mean, I'm going to put over Terry Funk. You're 50 years old and you're still throwing out these incredible performances. So shout out him, but yeah, I couldn't be more proud of that main event. And especially with the broken forearm. Like, that's crazy. I thought for sure it was going to be like probably low 90s, but I didn't think it was going to be 99 for sure. And that's testament to those guys for sure. And, thank you all for watching. And look at you guys for the Champion Carnival. What a tour that will be. God damn, that's going to be crazy. You know, as far as a New Japan top 10, an All Japan top 10, winners of each block, face the winners of, and then we'll see who is the supreme champion of All Japan and New Japan. Take care, everyone.